Alright guys, so I'm here back with more Far Cry 3. It is the next day. I'm listening to the LOC Roundtable. And today's been a long day. There's a lot of shit to talk about. Oh my fucking god. So, alright, it's 10:30. So we're continuing on Far Cry here. I don't even know what the fuck we're doing. Where are we heading? Over here. Oh yeah, we could fast travel there. I forgot about that.
I feel like that's
Fuck.
right, and I feel like that's like a lot. That is
Alright,
the
let's go.
issue. I think is like
Yeah, so let's just run through the day. Essentially, I was busy pretty much the entire day.
whatever. And even
I first up got up, did some errands. Eventually though, I think by like, what time was it, 11?
her image
Or 11:30, somewhere in that range, I was able to finally get around to recording videos. So I did record my casting Big Brother, or
It's the one from my dream. Doesn't seem to be doing too well.
yeah, I was able to record my Big Brother Heroes of Villains video, and that took way longer than I expected. I think 47 minutes was the total raw recording. But once that was done, I decided, you know, I think I still have time, so I wanted to do another video. I just didn't know which one to do. It's like, I was like, should I do the Big Brother runner-up ranking, which is probably going to be shorter, or the Dreamcasting Heroes of Villains 2. I decided to go with the Dreamcasting Heroes of Villains 2, and that took longer than I expected. It took about an hour to, the raw recording was about an hour for that. But I was able to get both of those done. Immediately following that, I talked about this last night, how, yeah, I attended a virtual job fair, so that's something. And, applied for some positions and stuff. After that, it was like 3 something.
Every time you tell the story, we're playing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Snow White escapes from Foster's prison camp. Next thing you know, he's killing guys with a machine.
That's the worst version of the story I ever heard. You ruined the drama. Sounds like Hoyt needs to step in, if it's true.
that's what happens
Hoyt
when you
make
know
quick
it.
work of that guy, that's for sure. Probably kill him with his own machete.
They already did with the owner of the mine. Hoyt's an artist. He'll kill this one special. Am I right?
Would you say you look like a game? All in.
People loved our season until the second half. Like, people hated the second half of our season because it was boring. It went form. People loved the first part of our season when he was manipulating Caitlyn, when he was getting.
Yeah, then it was like 3:30, and obviously right after that, PlayStation event. Holy shit, that was incredible. It was really great. The first like 3 games back to back to back was really, really great.
He's gonna lead me to Keith and
Play
Oliver.
game poker? Okay.
Like, it boggles my mind that he does not get that that's what we love about Tyler. His joie de vivre for the game.
He does get that.
Oh, we already did that.
People love him before that. The Big Brother crowd loves him. Like, a certain
man's
part of
the
the
key
Big
to
Brother
this. I
crowd
know it.
loves him for that.
Did he spot me?
But
No.
they're not close. We're good.
Oh, I'm supposed to tail him?
Can't let him
Oh.
see me.
And he, especially with the Bailey thing, which had to do with manipulation and had to do with the way he played the game, he got a lot of hate. And I think that he wants to, like, I think that, like, people are much
God
more
damn it.
motivated by pain.
Don't get ahead of
trying to
yourself.
avoid
We'll take care of
pain
one problem
than,
at a time.
than,
Besides,
like,
it might
You know, actually, let's pause the podcast because that's kind of distracting me. We'll talk about the PlayStation event. Actually, you know what? Like, let's just skip forward. I did also end up editing the entirety of my casting Big Brother Heroes of Villains video as well. That ended up being 25 minutes. Got that edited over the course of like 3.5, 4 hours or so. Pretty easy edit. It's more so just like there's a lot of like weird things where like I was just I mean, like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing on recording. A lot of the reason why it was so long, it was 47 minutes, was because there were like points where like I just forgot to talk about certain things. I was like, oh fuck, I need to go back and redo that and whatever. But I edited all that tonight. And the reason why I edited it all tonight is because I decided to bump it forward on the schedule. I've talked about this already, where I talked about this last night, where essentially right now Big Brother videos are doing pretty well. So the thing is, like, I was always going to do this video, this Heroes vs. Villains video, but it's like, if I'm gonna do it, like, I made it for January, but it's like I might as well fucking release it sooner if I'm gonna do it. So I decided to bump it up to, I believe, what is the 17th? So it is a little bit before the finale of BB22. So it's still within that range. So essentially, I have 3 Big Brother videos now coming out before the finale, which works out. Oh yeah, my Circle France review came out today, and that performed exactly as expected, which was not well. Though, actually, something I think it has technically, I think it is technically doing better than my Circle Brazil review. Because I believe after 24 hours, yeah, it's actually well above it. Because like after 24 hours, my Circle Brazil review was at 260 views, which is bad, but whatever. But and then my Circle France video right now, after 10.5 hours, is at 270. So it's already past what my Circle Brazil video was at after 24. So I mean, it is doing better than it, but again, at the end of the day, this is still bad. Like, it's not good. But what are you gonna do? That was it for that mission? That's fucking dumb.
You have 10 seconds to
I
tell me
don't
who
get
you
the
are
mission
before
structure of this game.
Take the C4 under the table and this whole place explodes like a pop bottle.
Wait, what?
Jesus!
I doubt it. 5 seconds.
Jason Brody!
Really?
Yes!
So you're Snow White.
Yes, or no. Which one gets me blown up?
Pragmatist. Promising. But do you consider yourself a patriot, Mr. Brody? Thing is, the real patriot doesn't just put his hand on his heart while holding a hot dog at the ball game. That's a gosh
Alright, yeah,
darn
let's just
pardon my
listen.
French. The real patriot suckles at the teat of Lady Liberty.
Yeah, I also
On
think
hearing
it's
of the
like,
death
yeah,
of a
we
brother
can
at
sit here and
war,
say, like,
the real
yeah,
patriot
but
asks,
we love
did we win?
manipulating people,
And then
but, like,
rejoices at the
I think
pronouncement
that
of victory.
the issue is
So,
that, like,
are you a
when
real
somebody
patriot
says
or one of
an
those Walt
comment
Whitman
or
hidden
whatever,
surprise
that
when
is
the
the
jeans
thing
store
that's
runs
stick
out of
with you.
pocket
Like, our
squares?
analysis
A real
of him being
patriot.
a great game player and us
Bingo.
giving him really
That's what
high
I like to
ratings and all
hear.
that stuff, like,
By the
clearly
way,
meant
Foss has
nothing
your friend Oliver
because the second
Carswell, and I'm
someone
zeroing
called
in
him
on Keith Ramsey.
boring on our
Why are you looking for
podcast,
him?
it
It's my
was
job to know this
over.
island inside
That
and
was
out.
what
I can help
so,
you,
like,
but
I
you gotta
think
play the
that
game.
is
There's
that's
something
the
I'm looking
problem
for.
is that, like,
We'll
and
play
that's the
favorites.
kids.
Yeah, I was I'm definitely gonna be losing money with Tyler, but what are you gonna do? I should be making money on Enzo from Stockwatch. Not as much as I could have, but I should be doing fine on Stockwatch. I'm probably gonna drop though. Again, I was number 12 last week. Again, it's really cool. I was number 12 of like 5,000 or whatever, but I'm definitely gonna drop. But what am I supposed to be doing now?
It's such a reflection of human behavior. Maybe I'm just such a psychopath that, like, I don't mind the fact, like, when people say, like, I even told the moderators, we had moderator meetings, like, 2 nights ago, and I told the moderators, I'm like, people say shitty stuff about me, I'm totally fine with it. Like, I know
What am I
people don't
doing?
care for it, but, like, you know, they want to, like,
Oh, here,
really
I didn't see
going
that.
on me about something. Like, they say, Brent's a jerk, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Jason.
I'm totally fine with that. Like,
What are you?
can come for me
Some
if
kind
you
of
want,
spy?
but,
I'm
not gonna confirm or deny that.
I know. But
I'm sensitive.
Just messing with
the
you.
point being that,
I work for Langley, Agent Willis Huntley.
Oh, great. I need to get help from the army and
See, I edited the Big Brother video. I wrote one more review from my Australian Outback video, but fuck me, that's taking so long to fucking do. Because I still need to do that, and I still need to do the Hitman. I still need to write the Hitman video as well, which the plan for today was to write the Hitman video, and I didn't get around to it. Money, obviously, there became other priorities, but
More info, though, from the source.
hard-pressed to remember a time someone said something so hurtful to me on in a comment or something. I post my hate on Reddit and Survivor Sucks on Facebook.
Flamethrower.
Yes.
This beauty was
look,
invented in
Brent,
Krautland.
I fully believe you that you feel that way.
Hoyt Volker is the boss of a very good friend of yours, Fox. He also happens to run the largest slave trading ring in the South Pacific. On top of that, he grows drugs.
You're special, Brent.
If we set fire to his fields and his
The
boat,
rest of us are not.
he's gonna come over to this island. I get what I want, and we learn more about your friends. Capiche?
All right, let's go through the state of the house here because we've got a bit of a new state of the house.
It's like spraying
to go
furniture
through.
gold. You know what I mean?
It's basically the committee is still a thing, right? There's the committee and the underdogs, but within the committee, there's kind of two different factions now. So what we really have is
I'm trusting you on this
three
thing with
different
Holt.
factions in the house, two of which are aligned with each other to take out the third in the short term. So the three factions are, I would call them the love triangle. Cody, Danny, and Nicole. And they also have
I'll play
Enzo,
ball as long as it gets me
or at least
closer
they
to
do.
finding my friends.
And they also have Tyler, or at least they think they do. Tyler's kind of like on a lower rung of this. Enzo is a little bit more.
Wait, what am I doing?
But it's mainly Cody, Danny,
Maybe
and Enzo.
Dennis knows
Yeah,
more.
like, Tyler's the guy waiting outside the door behind the peephole. Enzo's the guy who's literally
Hey, Dennis?
But yeah, I think that's all the shit I want to get rid of talking about before the PlayStation stuff. PlayStation.
Yeah, he told me about Voss's boss.
Obviously, a lot of people. Okay, well, let's just talk about starting it off with Final Fantasy 16. Holy shit, that was great. I mean, obviously, I was expecting Final Fantasy 16. But to be honest, I was expecting Project Athia, or whatever that's called,
I'll be careful.
to be Final Fantasy 16. I wasn't expecting Final Fantasy 16 to be this like medieval inspired. What are we doing right now? Either way, let's do this radio tower actually.
So Tyler's in both groups, but kind of on
Yeah, it's medieval inspired.
Enzo's in both groups, decently high.
Whatever Final Fantasy game, modern,
Very well
a massive action RPG.
in general.
I am a bit worried in some aspects with it though, considering the team that's working on it, the producer and the director, are two people who have only done MMOs in the past, and I do feel like that's kind of a bit worrying.
They don't really feel like they have Enzo anymore.
That they've never actually done a single player experience before, which is what because again, like when I saw 16, it's like I kind of got worried off the bat that like, is this gonna be an MMO? But it's like no, it's confirmed it's a single player game, but it definitely feels like an MMO. Like based on like the style of gameplay, style of combat and everything. Like I was thinking, this is very MMO-y.
Yes, they name themselves the House because of people vote with the House. They don't have to call themselves that though. I'm not gonna do it until they start actually referring to it that way. Otherwise,
I do think it's
my own
clever.
game.
I had a friend leave me a voicemail, and they were like, "Did you see it? They named themselves the House? The House of this. In case you didn't see, there's something coming and stuff."
Well, see, like this is the problem because I was referring to the committee as the unusual suspects for like a week and a half. So I try to be a little more cautious. So that's basically the state of the house. It's actually a pretty interesting dynamic here. Basically, the two committee aligned factions they feel like they need to weaken the underdog faction at least for one more week. They need to take out one of Day,
Where am I going?
Kevin, or David.
Here?
Then they may be able to start taking shots at one another. I would imagine that Memphis's crew would take a shot at Danny. That the Love Triangle crew will take a shot at Christmas. Is looking like it would be the one that gets hit here, and that would leave just let's say David and Day left in the underdog position, and they might have some places to go from there, of course, especially if they win some comps. But for the most part here, they're trying to weaken that side at least one more, maybe two more, and just leave one person left.
Yeah.
But that's the current plan. Nobody currently plans on betraying the committee next week, except for maybe Tyler.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not totally convinced about Tyler. I do think that he can take Danny, even maybe.
I think Tyler's also not going to really try to win this, though. At least he shouldn't. 100% he should wait until next week.
Wow.
Okay, I did not think I was going to make that.
I think that it would be really great if we could get another
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16, that looks incredible, and the fact that it's coming out next year is even more mind-blowing to me.
Is put up
Which I feel pretty confident in it coming out next year too, because it's like it has full gameplay and everything. Like we've seen everything. Like it's really weird, like that. And we'll talk about this again later on. But like Final Fantasy 16 is coming out only 5 years after the last game, which I mean, I guess actually now I say that out loud, I guess it is like a reasonable amount of time. But it feels a bit early, to be honest. It feels a bit like I was expecting 2022, probably, like not exactly this early, but I'm fine with that. Then we got Spider-Man gameplay, and that looks incredible. Though there's something to talk about with that. That looks great. Follow that up by the reveal of the Harry Potter RPG that's been known about for forever. What was it? Hogwarts Legacy, right?
Especially if it's there, so.
Yeah. That looked cool. I mean, there were some really great shots in that.
Alright, here we go.
In that trailer.
This is what we
I'm not a Harry Potter guy. I've never have been, but that did look pretty good though. What am I doing right now?
Let's start with Christmas.
Like, where's the main story?
Melissa, how do you feel about Christmas?
Oh, there it is.
Melissa, you were a 2 with me last week. We hated Christmas.
Yeah.
This week.
I felt like she had a really bad week last week, but I feel like this week is much better for her because.
And is it though?
I mean, Tyler is.
I think people are like more actively targeting her now.
And also she got to keep her power. I really did think that there was.
Oh, I forgot about that
got
too.
Put on the block, and then would have to get rid of her power. But now she has.
Of course, they're doing it in alphabetical order, so Tyler's last.
I do think she's in a much better position. I don't think she's playing necessarily right for the long haul because I do think that there is a situation where she's easily expendable coming up. I don't think that she's really like got her core position. So, you know, I do feel better, but I don't feel so comfortable with her that I want to like go way out there. But much better than the 2. So I think I feel like
I think I went for 4. Oh no, I went for 5, didn't I?
5 just because, like,
But then I would have given her 5 last week too. So I mean, I stayed the same. But like, considering what they gave her.
From that too. So I think I'm just gonna go with a 4. Just because I'm just keeping it. I'm trying to let her slowly rise.
That sounds fair. I'm also going to give her a 4. I'm going to double her score from last week. Like, I feel like it's a fair. That's a joyous thing to do for Christmas. I feel like. You're right. She still has her power. As long as she's
Hogwarts, and then we got like a bit of. Oh, actually, no, we didn't get slow here. We saw some Call of Duty gameplay, which I thought looked really fucking good. That set piece they showed looked incredible, and I'm not a Call of Duty guy, obviously, but that looked really fucking good. And then after that, we got like a lot of stuff that like I didn't care about nearly as much. I mean, we did see Oddworld, which looked cool. Trying to think, like just a lot of stuff I didn't care about. But then like, I was disappointed we didn't get any Horizon gameplay. I was expecting something on Horizon, but the final thing that they showed, oh fuck, that's like way up there, and the mission's down there. I'm not gonna bother then. Maybe I still fucking will.
I'm really feeling her because I don't feel like she has an original thought in her to get herself to be.
But they ended the thing with God of War, which I was expecting. I mean, like, because especially because Bear McCreary, who is the composer for God of War, posted, like, retweeted the PlayStation event, like, right before it happened, like a few hours before it happened. I was like, that seems like, and like with all the, obviously the Cory Barlog stuff that he's been doing, which I mean he's usually a troll, but with like all this other stuff coming together, I was like, yeah, I feel pretty confident God of War is going to be revealed here, and it did. But we didn't get anything. Like, we just got a voiceover from Kratos, which I thought was pretty. And then the logo, the new logo, which is essentially just a blue God of War 2018 logo. But then, like, the real big reveal for, like, again, like, people seem shocked that it was revealed. It's like, I wasn't shocked at all it was revealed. What shocked me was the fucking 2021. Like, how the fuck is that game coming out 2021? Like, what the fuck? I'm excited. I'm obviously really excited. I mean, God of War 2, or God of War Ragnarok is what it's going to be called. Or technically God of War 5, if you're whatever. It's like my most hyped game at this point, I think. Now that Last of Us Part 2 is coming out. I do think, I mean, God of War and Horizon, I mean, are my two most hyped games. So it's like, really excited for that. Though, obviously they end the show with that, and then obviously the price, which everyone fucking knew, $4.99 for disc and $3.99 for digital. Never fucking buying digital. Like, not worth it in my opinion. But fuck. Like, it really blows my mind that there's a lot of people online that are saying, "Oh yeah, that's such a great deal, digital $3.99." It's like, it's a shit deal because it forces you to fucking. I mean, like, it's not a bad deal, but like, it forces you to every game that you're gonna play, you're forced to buy it from the PlayStation Store, which essentially means that you have less opportunities to get deals on games. Like, you're essentially forced to spend whatever price PlayStation Store has. Again, like, obviously, like, I have a massive physical collection to begin with, and obviously that's a factor there for me. But also, it's like, there's games that go on sale, like on GameFly on Black Friday. It's like, you can't buy those games now. You have to wait for them to go on sale digitally. So that's why I would never buy it personally.
Looking quite as good. The audience went with a 5 as well for Christmas. They went up from their 4 last
So Christmas went up to 5.
To net Christmas there at a 5 overall, up from the 3 last week. Because
is it worth it then to buy her?
Let's talk about Cody.
I didn't feel confident about her because I was assuming she was going to go to a 4.
About Cody.
Yeah, I think I gave Cody a 10 when I rated him.
Getting what he wanted and having basically no blowback on him. He's the best positioned person in this house to get to the end. Now, look, we'll talk about Enzo. I think Enzo rivals his position, but Cody is the one that is actively making this happen in a lot of ways. He is actively manipulating people. Cody is the person who has a lot of individual loyalties to him, including Enzo.
She went up 20%, so Christmas was a really good buy. Shit. That's so fucking good. Because, like, obviously her stock was so cheap. So it's like 20% when you can buy, like, 4 times the amount of stock that you could have Enzo. Like, that's really fucking good.
Eating out of the palm of his hand. And that's, he should not have Danny eating out of the palm of his hand. Every single week that he survives in this position and it's not disrupted, I think his position gets more and more dominant, especially because I think he is by far the most capable player in endgame competitions.
Okay, fine. Let's go here.
I think that, like, Tyler is also very good, but, like, you know, physically he's not at the place he was in 20. Something to remember about Cody is that, similar to Ian, Cody went on a bit of a run at the end of season 16. Cody was immune from, I think, the final 6 or 7 until basically the end. And
well, outside the Frankie week.
People don't remember that in the house. They remember Ian's run because it was a little more impressive. But it's up there in terms of competition runs, and that was back when they weren't as physical. So whether or not they're physical, I think Cody has a great chance to do really well in these endgame comps. If they are physical, he is the most physically capable person there. It's almost even more in his benefit. So
yeah, let's look this up. Because what he was on the block on the week that Frankie won HOH that week got overwritten. So I mean, that's obviously a week that he didn't. But it's like outside of that.
The problem with Cody is that he is in some danger in the short term. Because he stands out so much, he does have.
I know he won the last few vetoes, right?
They will put him on the block.
Yeah, he won final HOH, won the last 2 vetoes. I mean, actually, like, that's not impressive. It's final 5 on, like, it's 3 rounds. And then he won HOH and veto 1 week, and then obviously final 4, or first week 4.
I do think that a couple people from the big alliance might be throwing, so that percentage might increase. Now, I do think he would be safe next week if he's up on the block next to most people. So he will probably survive, but it might do some damage to his game. He's in a little bit of danger in the short term. I can't do a 10 for Cody, but I will do a 9 for Cody. Brent, how do you feel?
I feel similarly. I am so impressed with him this week, and not only has he played well in terms of getting Danny do what he wants, he also got lucky in that the competitions went the way that he needed them to go in order to get this result. Like, he wanted to protect Tyler.
Gotta try the
He needed-
flamethrower.
Like, it actually worked out better for him that Tyler went up on the first, and then Danny panicked, and Stuart said, oh, no, I didn't even do
Okay,
that.
cool.
And then, you know, decided that...
Well, that obviously went ideally. Whatever.
On the block. It also
I know
worked
what I was
out
doing,
again,
so it's
the
like,
competition
whatever.
went in such a way where going into next week, it looks like his right-hand woman, Danny, is probably safe, where she otherwise wouldn't have been before, because the fact that all three people that he might have preferred to go out this week are immune in Jay, Kevin, and David. So going into next week, that's not necessarily true. People in his alliance, which he likes to keep together, he doesn't want anything happening. What did he fix the alliance? It's nice and stable, nice and cool, boring. That's what we want. And then
Oh, we want?
toward the end. But now three people who are not in the alliance are still out there, not counting this though. And
That obviously worked.
spooked everybody a little bit. So they
Yeah,
want to get
whatever.
rid of one,
Um,
two of them. I still think once they get rid of one of them,
But yeah, so,
fire for getting rid of anybody else down, and they'll be chomping at the bit.
what was I talking about?
Danny or somebody, but for right now,
Whatever, God of War announcement. That was cool.
and I'm also gonna give him a 9. He looks great.
Yeah, I'm kind of, like, obviously there a lot of people are trying to pre-order it right now. Trying to pre-order, the, PS5 right now, and they're not able to actually do so. Fuck.
Holy fuck, this
Not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Why'd this freeze? Oh, did I lose internet? No, I still have internet. Oh, why did my computer go into airplane mode? Did I accidentally hit that? Okay, that was weird. Yeah, I guess I must have accidentally hit it somehow. How the fuck did I hit airplane mode?
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said.
And there is a
I
button on my
as well.
fucking
I've
thing.
been
Okay,
very
whatever.
frustrated in this
F7 is
game, and I
airplane mode. How the fuck did that happen? Oh, fuck. Okay, fuck.
That's one down.
So I gave her 3 last week. She was on the block. And Mark was great. She was actually better last week than this week. Because a lot of people were talking about bringing her down to close to the end. Final 3 even with Danny. Or at least final 4. A lot of people did want to pull her in. And that unfortunately has gone away this week. I think she made the only accepting of it at first. And I really feel like they should have locked it in. I am using it when Danny was most accepting. Get Danny off of the track of, okay, Danny should definitely start focusing on what am I going to do. Instead, she left the door open for days.
No, did I just die? Damn it.
Provoked the rest of the house into thinking that they
but yeah, so I'm currently questioning whether or not I should buy it.
They try really hard, and then you don't give them what they want. They hate it much more than if they just knew straight up. And so I really do feel like that all of that stuff burned her a lot more with Danny and Nicole and them than was necessary. Because
oh fuck, we do the entire thing then.
Again,
That's a lot of weed.
Like, Cody was mad at Danny for not being mad at Day initially because she was so understanding at first. But then after Day was trying to get Day to not use it, eventually got mad.
Fuck.
Now Day is trying to like Danny was getting mad about unnecessarily
Fuck. Who hit me? What? How did I just die?
There's a lot that's not working out for her.
Yeah, PS5, $500. It's not too bad. Like, it's not the price. It's more so, is it worth getting right away? Especially because, like, this is the thing. We got an announcement today that some of these games that we thought were going to be PS5 exclusives are going to be cross-gen. So, Spider-Man Miles Morales is going to be cross-gen.
Jensen, what I like, he has a desire to fight in this house. He just doesn't see things clearly enough to know where he needs to fight, which is, I feel like, a common problem with the underdogs. And
lies to everyone about it or asks them about it and is crying and no one really believes them and everyone's
Okay,
kind
I'm
of
so
thinking
confused
he's like
with this
not
mission.
trustworthy or like weird after doing that, which is not great. And then it's like, so you know, he gets to keep his allies, you know, or allies who don't even trust him. That's not good. And it's like he's trying to keep Tyler but not working with Tyler.
Oh my god, my
and
computer's so
Tyler's
slow right now.
gonna like target him, and I feel like next week he's in danger and he doesn't have his power anymore. So it's tricky because I feel like I kind of want to keep him the same, but I think I do see a situation where he survives next week or wins extra week or whatever, like you were saying, and does well. So I also think that his reads on the house have been a lot better this week. I mean, yeah, sure, there's some like, you know, ones. I do think that like, I mean, in comparison to before when I was like, I don't see this guy having any reads on the house. He's terrible.
they're getting closer. Like,
Right, it's like I see them like kind of like honing in on this, but it's
I mean,
still
it's
like,
right now it's literally the entire house against the three of them. So eventually they're gonna have to figure
you're
it out.
gonna
Right?
realize it. Yeah, no, exactly. And so I do feel like there, and I think that like there has been conversations that make me think that they are starting to see that. And I feel like the second it clicks where it's like,
Oh, it'd equip a flamethrower.
that's when I think it does turn it on.
Fuck, did I get? Okay. Well,
Give David a 4 this week, but I just, it's a low 4, I'll say that.
where do I go to equip it?
Yeah, I gave it 2 last week, and I'm gonna also go up the points. I'm gonna give him 3 this week for all the reasons you guys said. He seems to be connecting a little bit more with his house guests. Also, the fact that David
have started to notice that. But even so, I don't see a situation where he gets targeted. The one thing I can see is a situation where they think of him as like the ultimate con, which he is, but then a situation
Where
where
am I
it
going
turns
now?
around and he ends up going home for whatever reason. So I could see that, but
Where do I
overall,
equip
don't
a
see him
fucking
being targeted
flamethrower
anytime
at?
soon. So I think he's doing really well, and I'm going to give him a 9.
Do I have to go all the way back here?
9. Brent, how do you feel?
Guess I
I
do.
feel fantastic.
Whatever, we're gonna end, I guess. I didn't want to, but fuck it.
Sort of gave it away, but like Enzo cannot be playing better than he is right now. He is absolutely stupendous. He is doing great. Everybody loves him. I will say that the fact that everybody loves him might be an issue, but the fact that like there's somebody who can do anything about it right now. For this week alone, this week in the game, and where he sits insofar as everybody in the house, he's not even anybody's target or backup target. He can totally win a jury vote. Anything with competition, honey. I'm gonna give him a 10 Enzo.
Wow.
I gave
Wait,
Enzo a 10.
10 title?
No, I gave a 10 to Jackson of all people last year.
You gave it 10 to Tyler.
Yeah, I gave it 10
What
to
would you
Tyler
like to
as
buy?
well, yes,
And it's
but,
the original season.
Yes, exactly. Like, I feel great about Enzo. I'm so stoked about him. He's just so good. And also, you know what? Enzo doesn't... This really shouldn't have an effect on my score, but it makes me feel better about him. Enzo's like a good person. Like, he doesn't get into trouble like the other assholes do. Like, he doesn't say shit that he shouldn't say. He's generally willing to get rid of anybody. Maybe a few things here and there. He's like, you know, in a room with somebody and they say something else, he'll laugh. But like overall, like I feel like he's a good guy. And
Guys, why'd the mission
I want to see him
disappear?
do well. I think anybody who looks at him in a jury vote will want to see him win. And wow, I'm so psyched that he's playing this well. I didn't think he had it in him. I really didn't. I was really kind of buying the company line in Big Brother 12.
You have 10 seconds to tell me who you are before I
all that.
remotely detonate the C4 under the table. So place explodes.
Oh, I have to redo the fucking mission?
I doubt it. 5 seconds.
Whatever, we'll end here. Next episode, we'll continue on. For now, thanks
I
for
also feel
watching.
very good about Enzo's position here. Now,